It's that time again.
Here we are.
Almost ready.
Oh,
Oh, time. No. Wait an hour. There we go. Oh,
or
goodness.
a little more.
It did give me another option.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Panic.
Right. We just got a notification that said, let's restart your computer. No, let's not say we did.
Right? Let's really not do that while we're live, because that would be a bad thing.
Right. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. It's Wednesday. We are still in serger month. So if you're still pondering a serger and you want the best deal, some of them are 10% off. Some of them, they all have a bundle.
They all have something that's coming with them that wouldn't normally come with them.
That's right.
And definitely some advantages. So if you're on the fence, today's the day.
Today is the day.
We're open for another hour and a half, and it just has to have been purchased today, and you'll get that. So even if you can't make it up, but you know that's what you wanted to do, come on in and we'll take care of you.
Yes.
Or give us a call.
Sure. And it is the last day of the month, so let's see.
Bag
lots of things
sale
are
ends.
Yeah, if you are part of our bag club, your fabric discount
We're live
ends
because we didn't restart
today, and it's the last day to get the free quilting designs for the Star Spangled Beauty.
Yep.
And tomorrow starts May, which I feel like I'm a little bit panicked because that means
June is next.
June is next. Yep. So.
Yep. Which is why I was like, we need to get these projects so we can have them out. We need to figure this stuff out. We have so many new things coming in.
It's hard to keep track.
It's hard to keep track of. Did we do that? Did we mean to do that? Did we order that? Did we just put it in a cart?
Did we have a plan?
Did we have a plan for that? Or where were we going to put this? It's here now. Where are we going to put it? So there has definitely been some rearranging in the store. Mm-hmm. There's lots of new products. They're not all in one spot. So they're kind of trickled around and all over the place.
Yeah.
And there are a lot more things coming.
Yes.
And we are getting ready for that All Michigan Shop Hop. So we do have magazines. If you're still needing to get your magazine, you can order that.
Yeah.
We've got that here.
You can order it online. We can ship it to you.
Absolutely.
Or you can pick it up. But it's a great magazine. It's got all kinds of goodies in it.
It does have a lot of really great information. There's patterns in there, not to mention all of the stuff that you need for the Shop Hop.
Yeah. So many different things.
Worth $12.95, I think.
Yeah, so
worth
cheap.
the $12.95, even just if you're not doing the Shop Hop, just to get the other information.
Yeah.
Even just to know where, hey, I'm going on a trip.
Yeah.
What's available, and you can see where
exactly
a bunch of different places are at. For sure.
Get their hours, and some of them are going to have special Shop Hop hours.
Yep.
So they're going to be in there. And lots of fun things. And there are so many, like if you do decide to do the Shop Hop, so many prizes. Like there's just a ton of things that you can win if you like do a region or do an area. So many different sponsors and things like that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
If the first, what we say, I think 200 that come in store have a free gift coming from us just for walking in the door for the Shop Hop. And we've got some other little things that we're attempting to make happen in the next month.
That's right.
So
nothing like a deadline.
Nothing like a deadline to make you go, oh crap, and knuckle down.
Yes.
So should we move on to this?
Let's move on. I have no idea what order we're going to be doing these in, just to clarify.
Okay, well that'll just make it more fun.
It'll be a surprise. So we are going to do 2 blocks from the Star Spangled Beauty. We decided we were going to do 2 of the ones that are a little bit different. Let me change that camera.
4x4.
Whoops.
We're going to do this little guy right here. So he has lace that's going to be stitched down on top. And then we're going to do this one right here, which is a vinyl photo pocket that you can do whatever you want with. It could be your animals, your friends, your kids, your spouse, your mom.
Picture of your quilt.
Your grandma. Whatever it is that you want it to be.
Your dog.
It is right there, ready and waiting for you. So We are going to start in our 7 by 12, and we're going to actually attempt to do both of these in the same hoop. And I say attempt because we have no idea what order anything's going to happen in, so it'll be a surprise for everybody.
It is a surprise. That is right.
That's fun. So we just have no show mesh in there all by its little lonesome, and we're in our magnetic hoop. Yep. So I'm going to flip that around. We have a standard embroidery bobbin in. And I guess we need to see what one's coming first so we know what to do. We probably don't want that yet.
We
though.
probably do not.
So it's right.
It's in the
Let's
center.
do this.
I was going to say, I feel like it's the top one first.
All right, so we're going to work on the top guy up here. It's a 4x4 design with quilting, and I'm sure it will shock everybody. We're using our quilting designs.
Yes.
So
these are the designs that you can get for free if you buy your bundle, or you can just purchase the designs.
That is...
Oh, I got pink because for some reason in my mind we were doing the pink one.
Ah, we can maybe use that later. So let's do... Oh my goodness.
That should be fine.
It's going to have lace on top of it, right?
That's right.
This way we'll be able to see it a little bit. Stand
So what color number is that?
This is ES 904.
Do you want me to do that?
Which doesn't appear to... I'll just not put that in up there. There we go. Doesn't have an orange cap, which means
Probably not
it's
part of our original.
either not part of our original or when we replaced it, nobody marked it, one or the other. And sadly, it could be either of those things. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, there is a SNL thread kit that kind of has the basic colors for Kimberbell fabrics. And then we do make some adjustments as we go and add things in if we need to. So
we probably should print out an original color sheet for ourselves.
That's probably not a bad idea. I mean, I have it.
Right.
I even think I know where I could locate it. So that was the batting placement line. We're just going to go ahead and tack down a piece of batting.
Because we're going to do the pre-quilting version. And if you've been following along on our journey of to interface the backing or not, we have some Kimberbell salads, and we did decide to interface the salads because they're so light we could actually see the batting kind of through them. And we did not with the printed background. So
those are not my scissors.
We'll have one.
You have scissors over there?
I do.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are going to remove the batting from the outside edges of that. Just, you know, cut all of those stitches because it's always a good plan. The problem with doing it in front of you instead of sitting on top of it is you can't see exactly what you're doing.
No.
All right. So there is a stitch that's going to tell me where to place my fabric and make sure I have that all covered up. You've probably heard us say before, we would probably skip this at home.
Yep.
If you have a Luminaire, Avenir, Solaris, Radiance, there is a no-sew stitch option that you could actually just turn that off. And there you go.
She wants to know if she can walk in virtually.
Right? I know. Sometimes words pop out that you didn't really mean for them to pop out. That was one of those. Sorry. But you know, Jane, if you figure that out, let me know. So this is just going to tack this down. It is just a shade darker, maybe a little bit green in there, but it'll work. I actually think it'll look pretty.
Yeah.
So we are going to be putting quilting on. And these are cute stars. I haven't actually seen these stitched yet, so I'm excited to see.
They're very cute stars.
So this is one of our patterns. And again, today is the last day to get those for free. And once the day ends, they'll basically be available for purchase. So you can still get a discount on the bundle. If you buy the entire bundle, all 3 pieces, embellishment, fabric, and designs, you can still get that discount. You just wouldn't get the free item as well. So, no idea if this is going to work.
And this is the lace block that we're doing.
Probably should read this, huh?
And I think the instructions are on, what are they on, page 30?
33,
34?
34. Load the file. Stitch the placement lines. So probably in the same thread.
I think so.
They'll be crossing this, so they'll be easy to tell which ones are which.
Yeah.
And then we
Or
are
I
to
suppose
use,
we could do it in the color of the lace too.
well, the placement lines are going to be under either way. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. They use stars too.
Yeah.
All right. Align pieces of cording with placement lines. Tape along the top and the bottom. Cording with placement lines. So the cording is the heavy part of the lace, not the just threw the lace in here. This is pretty.
Is it just a mixture of them?
So the 2 on the outside are the same. The 2 in the middle of those are the same, and the center one is the 1 strip.
So 2, 2, 1.
So 2, 2, 1.
The skinnier one is in the
Skinny,
center.
this straight one is in the center, and then a little bit more angled one is next, and then the bigger scallop is the outsides.
Okay. Now we have a quilting file in here, so we can actually skip.
We can skip this.
Which would be the placement line
It
for
would be
our
your
fabric.
like your outside square.
Yep.
To hold your fabric down if you weren't. Nope.
Like it can't be down.
Wait. That's tack down. Placement line tack down. Not sure. Not sure.
It's going down. Oh, I did not
see.
expect that to happen.
Yeah, other quilting file.
Yep.
That's that design.
Do you want to just go and do the quilting design instead of bouncing all the way around?
Maybe. So we added basically 4 different designs in here. No idea. 1,
That's
2,
down
3.
now.
That's 4.
Yeah.
So we just did that.
Yep.
There we
now
go.
it's that. Okay.
All right. We're going to do the quilting piece for the bottom section now.
And then we can change the color after it does the placement line.
You got it. I'm like, where'd it go? The little things. Notice they didn't bring us a cookie.
I know, they didn't do anything.
They didn't do
just
anything
built
with
in
them, huh?
there. They were super excited about those cookies, and then they...
And then that was it. Crumble has some good looking flavors this week. Too good to resist. They have carrot cake too. Johnny's like, oh, that looks good. I said, it's carrots. That's not cake. He just looked at me. All right, so we have put in our natural color.
Is that really long? Oh, we probably should put the batting down, right?
Maybe. Halt!
We're out of practice.
Halt! All right. Now we're going to tack that little guy down.
I've been doing more sewing than embroidery. I'm out of practice.
Well, I haven't been doing a whole lot of any. Actually been sewing more outside of those really cute stitch outs of Jack.
Yeah.
I haven't done much embroidery, and that's embroidery, but it's not like active embroidery. You thread the machine and hit go, so it's not really crazy difficult.
Right.
So this is going to be one of the vinyl pockets that I showed you at the beginning, and this is, we're going to put a plaid behind there. We thought it would look sharp and not detract from any of the photos, no matter what you decide to put in there. If you have absolutely no photo that you would want to use, what's some other things you could put in there? A fun color of fabric you could tuck in there if you wanted that was totally different.
You could put a recipe card.
A recipe card. Oh. Picture of fireworks.
Picture of fireworks. Yeah.
Oops, I can't do that.
I was gonna say it's.
I'm gonna knock you out if I try. Let's come over here. I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. That's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
Or not.
Hello, Cool J.
I am pretty sure that I watched NCIS Los Angeles just because of him.
Yeah. I've watched all of the NCISs, but I have not watched a single one this year. And I did see something online that he's making a guest appearance. Yeah. On the regular NCIS. I figure I'll catch up this summer.
I've been watching The Origins.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to flip that up just to make sure I don't end up tacking it down because I don't want to do that. And this is just the placement line.
Press it. Yeah.
So there are two of the lace designs. We are doing the smaller. The other is a 4x6, which you could put in here, but you can't do obviously all three. So just FYI, there is a different one. This is the 4x4. Thank you. Tuck that right up into that other stitch line. Should be good. And we're going to tack that little guy down. Beautiful. Look at that. The foot automatically pushed to that. How about them apples? All right. This one's a little bit longer stitch. So here we go. Some plaid. So yeah, I've been watching The Origins, which you hear he's like the narrator of everything that's going on, but you don't see him.
Right.
And I'm enjoying that. It's neat. Yeah. I'm behind. I was up to date, and then I stopped for whatever reason for too long, and now I've got quite a few to watch, but that's okay.
Yeah, let's see, what have I started watching this ridiculous show, Santa Clarita. It's Drew Barrymore.
Okay.
She gets a virus and ends up being a zombie.
A zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diet. Santa Clarita
diet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's.
She's like eating the juice out of the hamburger.
Yeah.
And stuff at the beginning.
Yeah.
So she figures out what's going on.
It's really gross. but it's really funny
I
gross.
I watched one or two things of that, and then I don't remember why I stopped.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was entertaining.
Yeah. David and I like watching The Rookie, and a
it's a good
bunch
one.
of the people from The Rookie
Are in
are
that?
in
Oh,
that.
how funny.
So we were laughing about that.
Is Nathan in it?
Yes.
Is he?
But
I remember that.
he has something happens to him in the beginning, and then you don't see him for a while, and then later on, so I don't give too much away in case somebody else watches it, you only see part of him, but he's like comedy.
Oh, okay.
So it's hysterical though. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the other one that? Some chick works in the ME's office and she's a zombie, but I zombie. That's what that was.
Yeah.
I watched that. It was so stupid. It was so funny.
Yeah.
And so she helps solve the crimes because she eats the brains of the dead people, and then she gets visions of what happened to them. And it's not, of course, like she's looking at her murderer or whatever.
Right.
You know, it's always some dumb.
Yeah.
And then she'll get another flash, and you know.
Right.
But it's like, part of the thing is it shows all the ways they cook the brains. Like it's, you know, pasta with Alfredo a la brain, and
right.
it's just like so stupid. But I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so entertainment.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it has to be worthwhile TV. If it makes you laugh, that's all that matters these days.
And we started watching American Idol again this year, so there's quite a few very good singers this year. Usually you get a whole bunch of really bad ones, but they were pretty good. So we did watch that.
Interesting. Why did you feel the need to do that?
I don't know. That's okay. But I've been listening to audiobooks, and the book number 16 in the series, so they've been going pretty quick. I think I've been going through like one a week.
Yeah, I read quite a bit into the Will Trent series. Mm-hmm. I read quite a few into the other Sarah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that one was called, but hers. And then I got a hair. I'm like, well, let's read a Will Trent book. And so I started reading. Then I went down that rabbit hole for a little while. And, I'm a fairly quick reader. I don't know if it's because I skim over some things and I'm like, oh, there's a lot of, where are they talking again? I don't need a description of the hill. You know? So I'll skim over, you know. But I go, I read pretty quickly. So if I'm buying books, I can get quite a book bill pretty quick, you know, a couple of days, and I got to buy another one for $10 or $15.
You should join the library.
I should, but
that's what I did.
Yeah.
It's so easy. That I have just been down, and it's an app on my phone or my iPad.
The library app.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones.
I don't know if Mylan has that.
I would imagine
they must. But.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, my little town has it. And
it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
No, but I mean, it's you know, the whole library is about the size of this room. But yeah, that's what Dave and I did. We got library cards for the first time in, like, I don't know, since I was like 12.
I would say I don't remember. Actually, that's not true. I got when we lived out in Ypsi, and the kids were going to Lincoln. Mm-hmm. It was a beautiful library, not far from our house at all, and that was our library. Yeah. So I did get a library card and took the kids and you know, whatever, but.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
We were able to sign up online, and then we just went in and got an actual
thing.
physical card, and then you just open the app and put in your credential things. And
yep.
Yeah, it's
nice.
It's been pretty good. Even Dave's doing it. He's been listening to a bunch of audiobooks and stuff. So he's getting back into playing with his investing in money thing. So his books put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, some books can be checked out as ebooks, yeah. I haven't found a book yet that I couldn't find as an ebook or an audiobook. Almost everything in the last, I don't know, I would say the last 10 or 15 years is probably available that way.
never quite understood how an ebook could cost more than a physical book.
Yeah, especially since you technically don't own it. They can take it back from you.
But why would I need to pay $15 for a book I could go buy a hard copy of, where they actually had to print it, ship it, yada, yada, yada it?
Yeah.
I've never understood that.
Yeah. So I've been doing that and sewing in between when the cat will let me sew downstairs. He's so funny. He just is a character.
Jack likes to come upstairs with me to go to my sewing room. And I'm fine with that because he's house trained and it's all good. I can close the door.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little girl now that wants to come upstairs if I go upstairs. She's not quite house trained yet, and I don't want her up there. So it's like I feel guilty if I let Jack up and not her. Not only that, I had gotten to where I would open the gate and just leave the gate open so he could let himself back downstairs because he doesn't usually stay. He just wants to know I'm okay.
Yeah.
You're where I think you are. Okay, I know where to find you. And then he'll leave. And then, an hour later, he'll come back in and check on me, and then he'll go back down, you know. But I can't do that. So then if he comes up with me, he'll go to the bottom of the stairs and cry until somebody lets him out. And she'll sit at the bottom of the stairs and cry until either I come back down or somebody else can distract her. It's just like, oh, for crying out loud. So it's been I wait until they go outside and then I run upstairs so they don't know where I'm at. Isn't that silly?
Oh, Jane was saying same question for PDF patterns sometimes. Yeah. The only thing that I can think of is the amount of storage space. So as we start getting into electronic patterns and things like that, the process so used to, like, if I sent somebody something, I would send it to you, I would email it to you, you would have it great. It wasn't my responsibility to hold your PDF file indefinitely, and because your computer is going to crash and I have to give it back to you. But now that's what kind of people expect, right? If you're gonna place these orders for electronic files,
right?
Then
I should be able to call you in 4 years and get that file again,
right? Or you want to be able to have easy access to it,
or
so that you can
go back and
continuously
click
download to it. So you have to pay for that storage. So, like, when you buy a PDF file or a digital download from somebody, Embroidery Designs or something, and you can re-download it, you're paying a service basically to store those files for you. So it's kind of a crazy thing. So that's my guess as to where the cost for ebooks and PDF files comes in the actual
storage capacity,
the storage service of keeping those in some place.
All right, I'll admit I hadn't taken that into consideration. I still just think it's crazy that.
But that's the only thing that I can think of is it's the storage fee for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you were a big company, and I mean, when you get into like terabytes worth of storage, I imagine at some point that gets expensive. So I imagine that's probably why Facebook decided that they weren't going to keep
all of the videos
indefinitely, because I can only imagine the storage
issue. So this is a very interesting pattern of how it looks great. It is a very interesting way that it's doing it. Just so you know, I clicked plaid. I didn't program. Yeah, I mean, there may be a way I could do that, but I didn't get that far.
This is like a design from
This is from Special Effects.
It's really cool looking, though.
It looks sharp, and I know you guys can't see it because it's white on white, but
okay, so now I think it's going to do placement line for the fabric for the white one.
I got to change pages. I'm on the wrong design now.
Yep.
You can go back in here to save you page. Yes. So we're going to navy it.
Yeah, I think so. It'd be a lot easier to see, won't you think?
Yeah. We'd be fine, but they won't be able to see any. So.
right, so I have a Floriani color PF360 in here. It's really just a dark navy. I think we actually have a dark navy.
We do. The reason that it's the Floriani is because I did it for the trinket tray class, and I was afraid we didn't have enough to run a bobbin and do my top satin stitch in the exquisite color. But this is basically the exact same shade. It's just different company. And the other one's still, I believe, over on the other machine. I was like, that's a different color. Tail, how do we get 2 in there? But we didn't.
It's probably you think maybe a thread from the fabric up there.
Yeah. I'm gonna raise this. That's a little better. All right, so we have, sorry.
We don't need that, do we?
We do not.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty straight.
We're just like folding on one of the lines and then sort of trying to match up to see if we're straightish.
Wrong way. There we go. I think that's pretty good. So this has vertical and diagonal lines in it. So I was just trying to get it sort of straight. I'll take it.
Not too bad.
Does it really matter? No, but some people just can't handle a crooked line next to a straight line, and he's like, doing that. All right, we're just going to trim those edges. And in case there's anybody at home wondering, there is no fusible or anything on this. And just as a reminder, we did not put it on anything other than the solid backgrounds. And so far, so good on that.
But we did starch them first.
Yes, most definite.
And we do have that.
So
batting
it's
in
not
there.
perfectly straight, but it's pretty dang close.
Yep.
And we are now going to do a nice edge stitch around here.
It's going to take a couple minutes.
It will take a couple minutes. Not quite as long as that diagonal quilting, but up there. So the only thing that Jeff and I are watching together right now are, and again, we're behind. We were doing so good, is Reacher. We still haven't finished the 3rd season of Reacher.
We did finish that.
Yeah. And
It's pretty good.
it's different than the other 2.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely got a very different vibe. There's, not saying that's bad, just it is.
Yeah.
So,
We went to see the Accountant 2.
did
with
you?
Ben Affleck. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it.
It's on
yes.
that. We're gonna go see that. It's funny. Back at the beginning, we pretended, I'll go see that. Yeah, I don't pretend anymore. I'm like, I don't want to see that movie. Go find another friend to go see that with or whatever. That's one that we both want to see. We both enjoyed the first one. So, what's the other one that just came out? The Amateur. I think it's the Amateur, and it's got Rami Malek in it. And he's a CIA analyst that
his
wife dies,
yeah.
and he goes after. He's like, you have to, I want it in the field, yada yada
Yeah.
yada. I thought that the
I don't want that flavor. I want something chocolatey, please. Thank you. It smells good, though.
It looks pretty, doesn't it?
I'll take that one.
That's pretty good.
Thank you. That's perfect. Yeah, you can have a little bit of both. Thank you.
That was good.
Hit the spot.
So we had quite a few of you who joined the family buying sergers so far this month.
Mm-hmm.
There's still a little bit of time left if you still wanted to. But welcome to all of those. There's lots of serger information on our YouTube channel that you can find from past years of serger that kind of will walk you through threading, plus just things that we've done like this today. A little bit shorter versions because those serger
They can get lengthy.
they were a little longer, yes. So if you're looking for short things, you can find some shorter ones that would be in a stitching with SNL, but some threading tips and different things like that. There are lots of things that are available, and of course, we're here for you. So if you hadn't yet, go ahead and call and let us know, and let's set up an appointment to teach you how to do all these fun little things. So Crumble had some good flavors this week. I had to. So that's what we're munching on. They had brookies and they had Oreo cake, cookie, something or other. And they had, I forget what that was called, strawberry ice cream bar or something like that, I think.
And you said something like carrot cake or something.
And then they had carrot cake, which I didn't order because carrots and cake, that's not a cake. I know a lot of people like carrot cake. Tony's one of them. It just, my brain doesn't want to compute that.
I mean, I understand. I don't want my fruit in my cake.
You don't want fruit in your cake.
I get it.
And, oh, there was a butter cake. The other one was butter cake. And I almost got that one, but I decided to keep it simpler this time around. So, nothing like somebody just delivering cookies to you.
I know, right?
Here you go. What'd you have? Strawberry? It's pretty good. Passed my test.
I don't think it did mine. I'm going to have to try again.
No? Didn't work. Go dive in for another. Try something else. How was the brookie?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Never had one before?
I don't think I've ever had theirs before, but I don't know that anybody actually called it a brookie, so.
I was looking for that photo I was telling you about with the stickers. I was looking for that photo, and I take a lot of screenshots if I see something. I'm like, oh, I want to make that.
Right.
And I love to bake. I love to cook too, but I love to bake. And so I'm always looking for different things. Came across a photo of a brownie, like, loaf of bread. And I was like, oh. So I'm reading it, and I'm like, it had hot fudge in it. It's like, how did I not make that? I'm going to have to look that one back up. And yeah, for a while I was doing really good. I had like a folder of recipes that I would put it, if it was something like that, I'd slide it. Yeah, my phone is so unorganized right now. I have so many photos. I did get
easy to take them.
some of my computer cleaned up because it was running super slow from all of my downloads and all of my embroidery designs and and everything. So I went through my font folder and I cleared out some fonts and I cleared off a lot of space. So hopefully everything's gonna go smooth, but found a lot of recipes. It made me want to eat like everything in the world.
All right, and this is going to be the placement line for
the vinyl.
Should we just leave it in blue?
I think let's leave it in blue. Yeah. Yep.
So then it'll just kind of be in the background. It is it a placement line? We're not just supposed to stick it down, right?
No, there's a
Okay.
placement line. Pocket placement line. Place pocket vinyl aligning one edge with the top of the placement line, tape in place. And then it just does the 3
Sides.
really looks like that's going to do. Okay. So we're going to line the edge of our vinyl up with the top edge of that.
These are good, but the other ones.
And just so that there's no shifting, I'm going to actually tape it. I know. Everybody, I hope you were sitting down. Look good?
Looks good here.
For you.
Good enough for who it's for.
Yep. They got a nice little glare on there.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, so do I. I was like, what do you think? So now it's just going to do a nice little triple stitch there to hold that in place. So this is going to be raw edge. There's nothing going over these edges. So when you trim this, make sure that you are super happy with your edging. Try to go nice smooth motions.
Yeah.
If you do the chop, chop, chop thing, you tend to see the scissor marks. So I like to get a good grip and then kind of push. And I believe this is going to be the bow placement. Stitch the ribbon placement line, center the ribbon over the placement line with the hang. Oh, I see. Find center of that. We'll need that in a second. All right, so I am going to remove the tape. And then I like to fold my vinyls because I find that it gives me a little bit more of an edge to cut, so it kind of sits up pretty on its own. And then when I get close, I like to just push my scissors right along that edge so that I don't get the choppy stuff. If you aren't even, you can go back. Just remember, when you go back, it tends to show more than if you just left alone in the first place. So there we go. Last one. And we have a beautiful vinyl pocket.
Yay.
There you go. You can see that a little bit anyway.
You can see the glare.
Yeah, I know. You can tell where it is because it's really shiny. All right, so back over here, we have a ribbon that's going to be a little bow right down here. So the first thing we need to do is see where to place the center. So it's going to give us a placement line. We're going to center that over that line with the ends hanging off the right and left side. So we're just going to literally place center there. And then just from past experience, tape doesn't come off that vinyl super easy. So tape a little outside that pocket because it likes to stick in there and you don't want to have an adhesive marking on your vinyl. All right, so we have just another little guy right here that's going to hold that in place.
And your bow is going to be tied, so you won't.
And you're going to tie the bow.
But you could change the thread color if you wanted something to be more matchy-matchy.
And that is all that we have for this guy here. So like she said, if you were just doing this, you're going to remove that tape. Of course, do not cut your ribbon. You can tie your bow and then you could trim up your ends as you want.
And do we want to have the lines in the teal, or do we want the lines
I think
to
let's
be
just
in the
do
white?
it in the white.
Okay.
That's going to match the lace. That way we only have to change the thread once. If you were doing this continuously and so you were stitching them right after you did the quilting, it wouldn't matter. You could go either direction. I don't think it matters because we're going to put that right on over the line, so it's going to be covered up. So here we go.
And so these are the lines for the lace. And we went back to just our natural white, the same one we actually used to quilt the other version. And this matches the lace.
All right, we need 7-inch pieces.
No, 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 no. Computer's trying to do a restart again.
Must be an hour.
It's only been 46 minutes.
Oh my goodness. This is beautiful lace though, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
I still have in my phone
Mm-hmm.
my search stuff, like old windows that I've never closed of antique things. Remember we talked, I mean, it was eons ago, we were talking about putting them on for like pillowcase edging.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then we were also talking about serging
Mm-hmm.
and putting that on so that you could put ribbon or whatever through there.
Right.
Yeah, I still have all that stuff sitting in my phone. All right, almost there.
So
All right, I just need to,
there's,
is it just going to do it all in one shot?
it looks that way. There's two, because I think the very last one is I think that's that placement line that we don't have to stitch out.
Okay, center lace piece 3 along the center placement line, tape top and bottom. And then on the 1, 2, 4, and 5, find the cording section, and that's what we're putting on those lines. Align everything, and then of course tape top and bottom. Cover the lace with wash away topping. And then tape the topper down, and then you're going to tack through that so your foot doesn't get caught in the lace.
That makes sense.
Since we didn't ask her to do stabilizer, I'm going to stab in the dark.
Probably.
We don't have water soluble over here.
I will go grab some.
Okay.
While
I attempt to
taping.
do this.
Yeah. Are you gonna tape on the other?
I think I'll go over here.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely can't reach very easily. So each of these pieces of lace is going to be a 7-inch piece. So I'm just laying this along my ruler that's right there, which is awesome. And I am cutting 2 7-inch pieces. The center one is just the straight edge, no lacy bits. And I'm like, where'd the tape go? All right. So we have 5 pieces of lace and 5 lines. So this first one is going to just be centered. And then again, you will need to use tape on this. Probably won't tape the water soluble, but this one I will. And now that I have it off my finger and I've stopped moving the lace around. Okay, so there's the center one. And then you can see that this one is a little bit more than this guy. This is a little bit more zigzaggy. These are this one here, and this one is the outside one here. And then we repeat that on the other side. So it says to match the cording, which is the kind of the satiny edge there. That's what you want on the line on these outside ones. So I'm just going to read that one more time to make sure I did not misunderstand what it said before we put these down. Okay, center the lace piece 3, which was this one. So that one was centered. Align lace edges 2 and 4, cording with the placement line, scallops toward the center. Align 1 and 5, cording with the placement line, scallops towards the center. So that is correct. Just double checking.
Always good to double check. Especially when we're doing something we haven't done before.
Yeah, I have not. And you can, of course, try to balance out your scallops if you are interested in doing so. So I'm not, having a half one here and a full one here. I can balance that out to where I have like 3/4 on both. There we go. Okay, one side down. All right, note to you guys at home, if you spin that and you can see where the line, this way is way easier versus trying to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So spin the hoop so that your line and your cordings are towards you so that you can see that way easier. Oh, so much easier. Yeah, do that. And then the final thing before we go back to stitching is the water soluble topper. You want to have that covering. So it does give you, I'm sure, a size or something, but we're just gonna cover the whole kit and caboodle. You can, of course, tape that down. I suppose keep my hands out of your way of seeing what's going on. There we go. Give it another visual check. Make sure everything's where you want it. Okay. And there we have our lace pieces. Now we're going to come back over here and do a tack down that should run over the cording. And I did say should. Well, that one worked.
Yeah. That was perfect.
So 1 out of 5 ain't bad.
No?
So far, so good. The nice thing is if you use a coordinating thread, you're not going to see the stitch. So as long as it's somewhere in there, you're good.
And honestly, if you missed on a spot and it bothered you, once you could take this to your sewing machine and you could stitch that area pretty easily.
Yep. It looks crooked to me while it's sitting here, but maybe it's not. I can't see the stitch line, but a little less straight on that one. That was the far side.
Still looks pretty good though.
It's straight, but it's not on the cording. It was more on the lace.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't matter. That looks like it's
Curving a little.
but it's on there.
Mhm.
All right.
And do we stitch out the last? It looks like it's
So-
centering something.
The last guy is going to be the trimming guides. But as we already have that because we did quilting, I don't know that we need that. Tear away excess topping, remove all tape, remove block from the hoop, remove any topping with the wet cotton swab. Repeat these instructions to make the vertical block. So
Yeah, because that's where you would line it up in your orange pot, but we already have the lines.
we already have that. So if you do the pre-quilt, quilting as you go, block by block, whatever the heck you want to call that, you
Yeah.
do not need to stitch the final one. That would be trimming and then using that in your orange pop rulers. So you wouldn't need to stitch that final one.
Mhm.
So that is 2 of our pieces.
Yeah, those. Look at that, 57 minutes. And then we did some
Hey.
chit-chatting. That was really good
I
timing.
didn't even screw anything up today. Last time I screwed up pretty dang good.
Day's not over.
But I'm done stitching. There'll be no proof later on.
There's no video proof it didn't happen.
There's no
right?
video proof. It did not happen. Unfortunately, there was plenty of video proof last week. Nothing like cutting your
We
whole zipper in half.
had fun.
I did that on purpose so you guys could see what not to do.
That's right.
I make the mistakes so you don't have to. That's
That's what we do.
totally do that all the
That's
time.
what we do.
Totally there. I'm there for you. See?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was entertaining to say the least.
It was.
I'm sure you guys all got a big kick out of it.
I mean, we've all done it. So we have totally all done it. So
Yeah, there was no hiding that though. A lot of
Mm-mm.
times we can flub it off and nobody sees that. There was no hiding
No.
what I did.
none.
If you have no idea what we're talking about, watch last week's. I can't even describe it, how badly I screwed something up. But I got it right the second time.
I mean, in fairness, I had sewn it the first time. And then
Oh, I'd never
said,
done it before.
"It's all
So,
you."
you know, it's all good.
It's all
I got big shoulders I could take.
Just a zipper and some
It was
fabric.
just a zipper and some fabric. Worse things have happened for sure.
Yeah.
So, 2 of our beautiful Star Spangled Beauty
Mhm.
are done. And the other thing, I think we're going to do this next week.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do one of the scallop borders just so that you can see the actual how you do it isn't a whole lot different. Your trimming is going to be a little different, but the actual piecing of everything isn't a whole lot different.
Yeah.
It's more a binding stumper, in my
Yes.
opinion, than it is a stitching
It's got it.
stumper.
Do they have you cutting bias binding?
I know I read that somewhere, but it was probably in the instructions when I was reading like how to do those. But I stabbed it myself of, did they give them enough fabric to cut on the bias?
Mhm.
Bias binding.
3/8 of a yard. Yeah.
I wonder how she did that.
Refer to the guides, bias binding tips and tricks section for information on how to cut binding strips on the bias.
Yes, but I meant her. I wonder if she just,
Oh,
or if she read that.
yeah.
Not that it's anybody's fault one way or the other, but
Mm-mm.
you are going to, if you do the scallop edge, which you don't have to, you can do just a straight edge. There's quilting files and
Mhm.
whatnot for that. So you can go either direction on that, whatever one you want to do. And if you're like, there's no way I'm binding scallops, then that's your answer. But with the bias, you'll be able to move it around those curves, where if you just cut straight strips, you will fight with it and you might have some bad words.
Yeah, you will definitely
You will have
fight with
some
it if
bad
you're trying
words.
to do straight.
But we will talk and show that. And then I don't know if we only do just this is how it's stitched, that won't be anywhere near an hour. Maybe we can find another block that's got something different.
Well, if we cut a little strip of bias and we have that scallop,
We could-
I can talk about how
Yeah.
how you would
So we can
sew
stitch
that.
one and then you can show how to
to do the little
to
scallop
do the
part.
scallop
Yep.
piece. So it's very cute though.
It is very cute.
I really like the backing fabric.
The
Like the
backing-
cheater.
The cheater quilt is
So,
adorable.
so cute.
It's adorable.
This is, they did a really nice job with this. It's got a lot of
Very cute.
character. It's not the same stuff that I mean, some things are basic, but I mean, it doesn't look like every other, even other ladder quilt. It's got a lot of character to it. There's some different things, the lace, the ribbons, the pockets, different things. They did a really nice job.
Yeah.
So, we do still have kits that are available. And today is the last day. It can be anytime online today. So it doesn't have to be in the next 30 minutes. You do have the rest of the evening as well. But today is the last day to get the free quilting designs. And our quilting designs have plaids, stars, flowers. Is that it?
Mm,
I can't remember. Isn't that terrible?
I can't remember what button to push. So we're doing great. Floral plaid, scallop border stars, and then quilt square.
Oh, right. There's a set of actual quilted pieces here. So I did a little, on that one, you would actually do the piecing first and then go back. You would place your batting and then do the piecing and then go back and do the quilting. And I just did it simple.
Kind of like a custom quilt, yeah.
Custom quilt on some of those quilt squares so that it doesn't detract from your hard work.
Yep.
So there's that option, but
Yeah.
you could choose an all over pattern. There's other ones there too. So if you don't want that, it's just an option.
Yeah.
Certainly no gotta things. So lots of options, scallop or non-scallops, words, all kinds of fun things. So very, very cute. I'm looking forward to seeing it actually finished. So that's what we'll do next week.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Until next
See
week.
you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cue to go.